Welcome in, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this week's recap of the Lansing Watchdog, your trusted source for small business news. As always, my name is Jacob Manning.
And I'm Kelly Saunders.
And Kelly, last week we talked about John James's lieutenant governor pick. Jocelyn Benson announced hers last week. What can you tell us about the pick?
Jocelyn Benson announced last week that she will be selecting Senate Majority Leader Winnie Brinks as her running mate. Assuming she wins approval at this weekend's Democratic Party convention, Brinks will be the first Grand Rapids resident to appear on the party's ticket in the last 60 years. It will be Michigan's first all-female gubernatorial ticket. Brinks is term limited and is finishing her second term in the Senate after having served 3 terms in the House. She is a married mother of 3 adult children who came into the legislature after the 2012 election, having defeated former Representative Roy Schmidt after the party switching scandal that involved Schmidt recruiting his nephew's friend to run as a Democrat as part of a filing day switcheroo. At the time, Brinks was a caseworker at the Source in Grand Rapids and an executive director for a nonprofit corrections agency. Pundits widely praised the pick, with Grassroots Midwest CEO Adrian Heeman calling the pick a safe pick for a frontrunner. He said, "Your job as a frontrunner is to not screw up." And Benson didn't screw up. Republican leaders were quick to attack Brinks' record, calling her radical and out of touch. With Benson's pick of Brinks, we have a clearer view of the top of the ticket, which we expect to be James and DeBoyer versus Benson and Brinks. Jacob, kicking it back to you. What can you tell us about some economic figures released last week?
Yes, there were a few surveys released last week that show some interesting figures about the state of Michigan's economy. First, the state's seasonally adjusted unemployment rate dropped from 5% to 4.9%. At the same time, Michigan's labor force shrank by 29,000 people, with the number of employed declining by 23,000 and unemployed falling by 6,000. Our 4.9% rate is still above the national unemployment rate of 4.1%. At the same time, the University of Michigan's preliminary August consumer sentiment report shows a drop of around 8% from July, with expectations for short-term business conditions dropping 11% and long-term expectations dropping a whopping 17%. While the full report will not be released until later this week, August 28th, the preliminary results show that current economic conditions are driving this falling sentiment. So some major changes in sentiment there that we are going to continue to keep an eye on. But Kelly, I'm going to kick it back to you. What can you tell us about pre-K enrollment numbers?
According to Michigan's Department of Lifelong Education, or MyLeap, nearly 53,000 Michigan children have applications on file for the state's preschool program, meeting a new record. Applications increased by about 4,700 between June and July alone. Pre-K for All includes the state-funded GSRP and federally funded Head Start programs. Michigan has expanded GSRP in recent years by removing traditional income restrictions, meaning families can qualify regardless of household income. Despite the record application numbers, MyLeap director Emily Laidlaw said one of the largest remaining obstacles to further expansion isn't a lack of interest once parents learn about the program. It's getting families to know the opportunity exists in the first place. With that, can you close us out for the week, Jacob?
Yes, before we go, we want to let members know about our upcoming events. We have 3 upcoming owner-to-owner events scheduled in September. We'll be in the Lakeshore region on the 16th, Houghton on the 23rd, and we will be in Munising on the 24th. We also have an upcoming Small Biz PAC fundraiser in Traverse City on September 22nd. And as a reminder, the Small Biz PAC supports pro-small business candidates running for office. And with an election coming up, your support is more important than ever. We'd love to see you there. For more information, please visit sbam.org/events. And that's all we have for you this week. We hope everyone has a great week, and we will see you next time.